Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to the likes of Tiati, Member of Parliament Kamket, on how they are speaking, or rather the statements after Kalenjin rebellion or regarding impeachment, then you'll agree that we don't have a country here. After William Ruto realized, and in fact the irony is MPs are accusing Rigathi Gachagua of tribalism, while Kamket seemed to believe that the deputy president had military links. Just like the 1982 coup, William Ruto was facing another coup in 2024 simply because he was a Kalenjin president. A sheer show of tribalism, and this must be denounced. I want us to listen to Kamket, but first, we have been supporting Juliet, who was supposed to join Murang'a University, but there have been delays due to financial issues. She was supposed to join by 27th, but that could not still, she could not still happen because of financial issues. So we are taking Juliet to Murang'a University on Tuesday. I brought her here. She was in this studio, and I wanted to listen directly from her what exactly transpired. Niko salama, eh?
Niko salama.
Now, I was told your case that you're supposed to go to school on 27th of August. What happened?
Kitu ilinifanyika. Babangu hakuwa na pesa, hawana kazi ya kufanya, ni wakulima tu wa kawaida. Na kwa hizo siku ambazo nilikuwa nafaa kujoin August 27th, by the course of the 2 weeks before that date, sistangu alikufa. Na sasa everything changed, tukaanza kuplan about the mazishi. Na sasa tukimaliza, wenye walimpromise watanipeleka shule, walisema tusha kusaidia kwa mazishi, hawezi kunisaidia kwa mimi kujoin kwangu. So tukasema hiyo ishapita hivyo. Sasa siwezi kwenda shule mpaka siku yenye Mungu atajua.
Sasa mimi nikiambiwa, now he's taking me to Kiswahili. Yule ambaye aliniambia issue yake ni basa wao, Nicholas Ogala, ambao is our subscriber here. So Nicholas aliniambia kwamba alikutafuta akiwa kwamba anaambiwa kwamba ulikuwa umepita na huko ulikuwa unapata grade gani?
B plain.
Wow. Congratulations guys. B plain, eh? Na alifanya fanya agricultural engineering, eh? Wow. So Juliet alifaa kujoin Murang'a University kufanya agricultural engineering, lakini ikawa kwamba haikuwa inawezekana, na umedhibitisha kwamba unafaa. Niliambiwa kwamba ikiwezekana unafaa uende on Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Yeah, so guys, that is it. Anafaa join on Tuesday, and the hostel you didn't get. That's what we confirmed. Is Elisha. So ile nyumba they mentioned is around 5,000. Inaweza ishi. So apart from the house, our plan is if you get the house, that house that goes at 5,000, hiyo ndio karibu na university, eh? For first year lazima uishi karibu na university. Now, so we are looking for around 50,000, number one, to pay 10 months for that house, kwa sababu atakuwa anaanza kuishi nje. We believe that by that time pia other factors shall have come into play, and hata nimeuliza wale ambao wako hapa kwamba you can also sponsor Juliet. I believe it's also going to be very possible. Then apart from that, ile bandu mweko wanataka 20,000 for fees.
Yeah, 20,000.
So what we need is the 50,000 at least to pay 10 months rent for Juliet. You're going to pay 20,000 for the band, your fees. You've applied the others?
Yeah, scholarship.
Yeah,
na help.
Help.
Scholarship peke yake.
Na scholarship peke yake. So after that, is in a band where I think 20,000 is what is needed. Then what else will remain is the requirements and maybe some pocket money.
Yes.
So we are taking Juliet to Murang'a University. That will be tomorrow. My deficit is now around 47,000. And on Tuesday, I think it will be a dream come true for that young girl. Kindly support us. on this. It's really been taking toll of us, but I believe that itatusaidia aweze kulipiwa rent. I think if you can pay for 1 year, will even be more better, because if you look at the background of the story of the background of the family, then you really need a lot of support. And again, most if you can also continue, if you can sponsor this girl throughout, at after tushampeleka, I think it will be very grateful. Otherwise itabidi turudinge tena tukimsaidia. But if we get also someone who can take her case up and be sponsored throughout, we'll be very grateful. Let's do that challenge. 50, 100, any amount you can get. We believe it will go in a long way in achieving that target. William Kamket must be called out. I am a bit disappointed, and as a country, the 291 MPs are accusing the deputy president of show of tribalism. Then the MP from Baringo, who has been in the limelight for a number of hate speech cases, believes that everything happening in Kenya Kwanza is only happening because Ruto is a Kalenjin president.
Mnajua kwamba William Ruto ni rais wa pili Mkalenjin, si ndio? Yes. Tulikuwa na Kenyatta. Hakukuwa na mapinduzi wakati wa Kenyatta. Kulikuwa? Tumekuwa na Rais Moi kwa na majaribio ya mapinduzi, si ndio? Yes. Tukakuwa na Rais Kibaki. Hakuna majaribio ya mapinduzi, si ndio? Yes. Tukakuwa na nani? Uhuru. Hakuna hata sekundi moja ya majaribio ya mapinduzi. Kwa nini huyu? Kwa nini Moi na Ruto? Umejiuliza hiyo maswali? Why the bitterness that a Kalenjin is a president? Why? Why all of a sudden people have become so bitter because of a Kalenjin president? Mnakumbuka kama nyinyi wadogo kidogo, kama unakumbuka wakati wa Moi aliteswa na kila mtu mpaka akakuwa dikteta. Ikabidi. Yes. Mnaelewa mreje? Mpaka ikabidi. It is not easy to be a Kalenjin president in this republic. It is not an easy thing. Sasa huyu alikuwa ameanza in private. Unajua kuna maneno jamaa anafikiri ati kwa sababu yeye deputy. Unajua kuna watu dunia hii ya serikali ambao wanaitwa NIS. NIS wanasikiliza mpaka president. Leo unajua NIS nani? Tukiwa hapa unajua nani ndio NIS? Unajua? Hao watu wanasikiliza mpaka rais mwenyewe. Kwa sababu unajua mtu anaweza kuwa rais alafu kichwa anaharibika. He must be rescued from himself also. Unaelewa? Sasa huyu jamaa in private conversations, yeye amekuwa akitamka huyu William huyu ni one term president. Huyu ni one term president. Anapanga 2027 kumalizia. Na kuna mambo mengine pia anapanga ambayo sitaambia nyinyi hapa. Kutoka la mera rais ngalaji bongana joni ngalaji. Sasa tukasema kama unapangia mtu yako mabaya ati one term, sasa wewe usikule half term. Ama ukiripangia na kupangia ama namna gani? So I want you to remember that statement I made, that it is only a Kalenjin president that has faced attempted coup. It has never happened to any other president. Na ndio maana tukasema kama sisi watu hapa ndai musamee hao wajumbe wenu wakifanya hiyo decision wamemake. Msione kwamba sisi no, kwa sababu ya hii maneno ambaye na mtasikia Jumanne katika bunge maneno itatokea mingi zaidi. Naelewa? Hata hii msamaha, unajua nimeona jamaa leo wameomba msamaha. Msamaha ni ya Mwenyezi Mungu jamani. Bata roro ile msamaha tena. Hai. Lakini na msamaha pia ikuje baada ya impeachment. Unaelewa? Baadaye yani tukisameana iwe mpaka tumeachana kwanza kwa sababu
I think NHIF transition to SHA is chaotic. Is it chaotic because Ruto is a Kenyan president and so the country should not question because they did, there have been this issue of mbona hawakuuliza Uhuru? We cannot slide back to the tribal corner. We cannot slide back to that tribal understanding simply because we want things to get our way. And allow me to just do some civic education hapa. When you walk to a supermarket or when you go to the hospital, in February I was in Mama Lucy Hospital. I went to discharge women who are stuck. February this year, I know most of you remember that project. I went to discharge women who are stuck in the hospital after they delivered and they could not cover those bills. What happened is I found when I was picking those to be discharged, if you remember that video, there was Wanjiru, there was Awino, there was Chebet, there was Wekesa, Nekesa, there was everyone. So when there are no drugs in the hospital, it doesn't know the tribe. It doesn't know the tribe. I was in Kilifi to build houses for the elderly. Chonyi, Giriama. It doesn't know the tribe. When those elderly are staying in those shanties, we were recently supporting Baby Becky. It doesn't know the tribe. When there is no drugs in that, when the funding for the health is not working. Currently, we are supporting Baby our girl Juliet, supposed to join Murang'a University. The education funding model is not working, and it has really brought problems at the university level. Does those favor tribes? So the political class must come in clean heart. I think what the MP should also acknowledge and what he should tell those people is that there are things the president is doing that the other presidents didn't do. Yes. If there is one unique thing with Kenya Kwanza administration is disobeying. Okay, there have been this essence of I want to bring change. So in health, I want to change from SHIF to SHA. In education, I want to change the funding model for the university. There have been some changes that are not well thought out and they backfire. The funding model was even suspended. So we cannot say, and again the other issue where I think is also not good and why the military will really have a big problem with Kamket, the 1982 coup was actually a military-led coup. So they believe that it was done because of Mwai Kibaki was a Kalenjin. And so after Mwai Kibaki took over power from Jomo Kenyatta, of course at that time there was a Kikuyu mafia around Moi. And it might have differed with them. Now, a coup d'etat in 1982, Moi coup d'etat was done by military. Now, if you are saying there's a coup in 2024, you are directly insinuating that the military are involved in a coup. And this is a speech that is really raising alarm within the military ranks. Because I think the politicians must do their politics and leave the disciplined forces out of their shenanigans. There was no military coup in this country in 2024. And in fact, the coup is people, is a civilian coup where people raised their voices. So even if you want to find, there is something that Rigathi said when he was being interviewed by these Kenyan stations, and he said that William Ruto and some of those MPs are feeling insecure that he is loved by people from Rift Valley. And so they try to set him up against the people. Now look at what Kamket has gone to say. Kamket is saying there that Rigathi Gachagua have had private and there are things he's doing that he wants to remove Ruto from power. And this reminds me of what Ken Mujungu said. And I agree with people who said that Ken Mujungu was actually spinning a narrative. That I don't know, there was a time that Rigathi met cabinet members during those Gen Z protests. And he told them that he knows what should be done, that Ruto needs to listen to the ground. Then they told him, they asked Rigathi to go and ask his boss, to tell his boss about it. And those cabinet members, they didn't take, and Rigathi allegedly told them that, Mwambie niachie. So probably these cabinet members went and told William Ruto about it. Now, I think, when Ruto fell out with Uhuru Kenyatta, so was it about the tribe? Were the tribes involved? Why is it that the Kamkets, when there is a fallout between Rigathi and Ruto, now they have to shield, bring in the tribal angle? I think that is a bit more reckless. And the irony here is the MPs that are now sliding to the tribal shield are the ones that are accusing the deputy president of tribalism. And let's be brutally honest here. The last charge we can put on the deputy president is tribalism. I can listen to everything. If you look at that charge sheet, we can listen to everything. But the charge on tribalism is very defective. Because all those MPs, even the president, currently, if Rigathi is impeached, if there's no tribalism, then the deputy president should come from another region. Go and pick a deputy president from Kilifi. Or go and pick a deputy president from Northeastern. Why is he under pressure to still go back? If you're impeaching Rigathi to go and still go for Kindiki or go for someone in Mount Kenya, a pressure in Mount Kenya, is it a pressure of Mount Kenya? So, if you're not tribal, then impeach Rigathi and go to my constituency, go to my county and pick someone to be the deputy. Go and pick Rengo. Let's see. Go and pick Joe from the cabinet to become the DP. Let's see. All these politicians, all this, starting with Ruto himself, if you look at state appointments, I was just being told of, now there is a registration for those who are applying for JSS teachers. The list on how people are being taken were different. We must keep the disciplined forces and stop dragging the military in this political battle between Ruto and Rigathi. They've remained on a neutral ground and have not been coming in this political shenanigans. I find it reckless because even the military have had a very sad transition after the death of Ogola. And after the death of Ogola, the person who took over CDF is coming from Kikuyu land. So if an MP alleges a coup similar to what happened in 1982, then he's trying to direct that probably that the military forces were behind what was going on. I think that is a very reckless angle. And even if MPs, even if Kalenjin MPs want to convince their constituents that what they're doing is right, then there is a better way of doing it. They want to convince. And they say, after they realize that what wamekataa. So they go with a very big mountain a very big claim on impeaching, because they know if you tell people that Rigathi anataka kutoa Ruto, watu watafeel, oh, pana. We are treading a very dangerous route with this. Now, and I know why Kamtete is talking because of, just listen to what the Kalenjin Nation said about that impeachment.
Sasa wakati mnalete kitu ambayo tujui kichwa ni wapi, tumbo ni wapi, mkia ni wapi, sisi wananchi kusema ukweli mnataka ndugu zetu tufanye nini? Hata kusema ukweli, hata speaker kama wajumbe yetu wangekuwa hapa. Kama wangekuwa hapa, ningewaambia waheshimiwa wetu tuko na 8, including senator na women rep, wote ni 8. Ningemwambia wakati itakuja hiyo voting parliament, wapige no. Yes. Sababu ni hii. Najua mpaka tubeane sababu. Sababu ni kwamba juzi wakati ministers walikuwa wanaitwa, tunaita cabinet secretaries, wakati wanafanyiwa revetting ya pili, wakati walikwenda nje kurudishwa ikapatikana iko wengine wameongeza mapato yao kwa milioni 100 kwa miaka 2, wengine wameongeza kwa karibu milioni 50 kwa mwaka 2. Hakuna hata mmoja aliambiwa hebu thibitisha hii milioni 100 wewe ulitoa wapi? So why Rigathi kachakwa? Kwa nini yeye anaulizwa? Na hawajauliza hao wengine.
Mambo ya ndani. Si mngeenda mambo ya participation kwanza. Wewe unapeana mambo ya uwanja ya nchi na mtatuuliza sisi kama raia. Ya mwisho. Rigathi Gachagua aliletwa hapa na William Samoei Arap Ruto. Na yeye ndio alichagua yeye mwenyewe. Waende pamoja. Sisi hatukuleta hiyo mtu, sisi hatujui hiyo mtu. Alikuja tu wakati kwa tunatengeneza strategic plan. Akasema kwamba hiyo strategic plan ndio itatumika kwa serikali ya Kenya kwanza. Sio ndio ndio.
People are supreme to power. That is blackmailing us. Kama vile John Cena, kama umewahi wrestling, vile anafanyia watu namna hii. Munaona vile anatufanyia namna hii. Kwa hivyo hata hii msaada ya Gachagua mimi siungi mkono kwa kutumuliwa kwa Gachagua. La pili hata hiyo signatures mimi siwezi sign kwa sababu anything can happen at any time. Kwa hiyo signatures Kenya ni ile watu walipigia Ruto kwa sababu ya Gachagua, na wengine wakapigia Ruto kwa sababu ya Gachagua. Iko mara mbili vile watu walipiga kura. Kwa hivyo mwambie hawa sisi hatuwezi tenganisha hiyo harusi yao. Kama ni kutenganisha, wote wawili waende. Hakuna haja sina danganyana. Nilienda Nairobi nikakuta ndereva na makanga. Dereva anasema anaendesha gari, alafu makanga anasema woya. Sikujua hilo language. Sasa kama iko sabari, kuva dereva, kuva makanga.
Sasa naomba tusikilizane. Mimi nitaweza tu ile
it banks tables and it doesn't want anybody. We need somebody who is approachable. That is the position of our association. It is not my position.
Sasa naomba tusikilizane. Mimi nitaweza tu oversight and any other mandate given to them by statute or by the constitution. Sijui kama mnanielewa.
Hapa tukiongea vitu haina maana. Tungekuwa na rais aseme nimeleta vifaa vya hospitali hapa. Ni muda tunapoteza.
Kwa wenzenu, naona tuko na meza moja huko. niko na watu wamerundikana pale, wanasema wao wapewe waanze kujaza. So wakati tusipoteze muda.
Msikie tunasema nini? It is no issue of saying 5 minutes. 5 minutes ni nini?
If you listen to their views, they are very clear on that part. They are very clear that when you brought him, you did not tell us, we don't have a problem. So you guys sort your issues. We are treading very dangerous route as a country. And William Ruto's troops must be called to order. This impeachment is between Ruto and Rigathi. It's between the two of them. And even if they want to appease the masses, they must also be sensitive that even after this impeachment, we have a country. The country is not ending with this impeachment. We are treading very dangerous. Kindly support us, support Juliet, and also subscribe to our channel. We are treading dangerous. Ruto allies must keep the military off the hook. But if anything, even if Rigathi is impeached, there is no one from military is going to be picked to be a deputy. So there is no way they're coming in it. They don't have any interest in it. In fact, military is an alternative government. If this one collapses, it takes over. So I think let William Ruto face his devils. And these diversions is very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. Now as we speak, Adani deal, Kenyans are protesting against Adani deal taking over JKIA. And Kenyans are protesting against some deals. Adani deal links to the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Energy. So are those ones about Kalenjin? Is Adani, should we keep quiet because if you speak, you say, oh, you're only speaking because it's a Kalenjin president. Surely, you know, some of these people sometimes are very disgusting. Clearly, Ruto's troops are planting seeds of discord in the Kalenjin land. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. In fact, allow me to put it here. And people who are founders of this channel know I kept on saying immediately after the general election, William Ruto inherited a very peaceful country, courtesy of one man, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. In 2013, Uhuru Kenyatta brought two antagonists, Kalenjin and Kikuyu, together. That ticket became strong because they were facing ICC. And remember, these two were two communities that had fought just 5 years earlier. By the time we get into 2027, the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu were one thing. 2017. Then 2018, Uhuru Kenyatta brought in Raila and reconciled a long-standing tiff between Luo and Kikuyu. Remember the Kenyatta and Jaramogi fallout? That had been a deep-seated grudge between the two. And so by the time we get into 2027, William Ruto had a very solid country. And I've been saying here, William Ruto is president because of Uhuru Kenyatta. If Raila Odinga hangekuwa na Uhuru, what do you think would have happened? Raila Odinga would have gone to the street. And those 200,000 votes, those ones would have been contested in the street. But now, we are ending up, I think we are rolling back the carpet. This impeachment is the start of it. We want to bury our head in the sand and say, you know, it is not, no, it is. And look at what the likes of Kamket are saying. It should worry everyone in this country. The clear plan is to kick Rigathi out of the political arena as early as now. Why? Ruto knows that Rigathi will resign in 2026 and vie. And that will become his greatest threat in that election. And lastly, Rigathi constituency might emerge as the biggest opposition for William Ruto between now, after this impeachment. The voices of Gadhonu Mushomba and the rebel team from Mount Kenya will emerge, and they're emboldened. Even if Rigathi goes home, but new opposition figures will emerge from Mount Kenya, and that will really complicate things for the president. I think two things from this podcast. Number one, let's keep off the military on this. Number two, let us not go to the tribal. Ruto is taking the tribal shield to obstruct the vision of the voters, and especially his constituency. Let us not accept. The public must be sensitive to these tricks to take the tribal shield so that they can obstruct your vision. You cannot question, because you'll always be thinking, is my tribe's person. We must rise above that politics, because if anyway, that is the platform in which we are hitting the deputy president. Thank you.